Hello there and welcome to my next video for Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia, where we are going to be tackling the Devoted Heart Part 14, Lenna Lost Chapter Level 100 quest. And we are going to be getting some very much needed, very welcome catharsis against those fucking dragons, which were the absolute bane of my existence in the level 50 era. For this one, I'm going to be bringing along Golbez, Lenna, and Kuja with Bahamut Summon and a Kistis friend. So I did actually try to record this previously with a Golbez friend instead, because I thought it would be that much more therapeutic just to wail on them with absolute amounts of damage. Unfortunately, while I managed to get this to work while I wasn't recording it, when I did record, I've died a couple of times already because I was being very risky with regards to getting broken in order to maximise the damage output. And the dragons have a habit of recovering and then giving you a tail swipe, which is just, nobody wants that to happen. So I'm going to be playing much safer this time, and I'm going to be going for the Kistis option because, she's a lot easier to use and turn delay is absolutely overpowered at the moment. So yeah, this one being Lenna's Lost Chapter, I will tell you that I am very, very pleased to have managed to pull Lenna's stuff in as few resources as I have, and she is the queen of utility. She's like the one-stop support shop that you'll ever need, and she actually does really well as a solo support because she does give herself generic buffs as well as a party aura as well, so they stack very nicely together. So that I think she even performs better in that role than Rosa does, which allows you to bring along two damage dealers, especially for AoE quests like this one with Golbez and Kuja, and just absolutely chew through the opposition. I will say that I do like Lenna in Final Fantasy V, right? She's not my favourite character, that has to go to Faris, but she's definitely up there. She's in the top, she's probably my second favourite overall. Actually, that might be Galuf. Alright, third place then, the third place is not bad, but I love her in Opera Omnia. She is probably the favourite support character that I've used so far. And I say this despite the fact that the grand majority of her kit is not even necessary yet. And I think that's something that is perhaps not everyone is fully grasping that at the moment. I know that there's been some posts about people saying that they're underwhelmed by Lenna. They don't think she's as good as she was made out to be. But that's because content is nowhere near difficult enough yet to require even half of what she puts on the table. If you look at it, she gives complete immunity to debuffs, she gives 20% per turn HP regen, she gives the strongest brave regen in the game, especially if you get her EX weapon. She has the strongest initial bravery debuff in the game, she has battery built into her skill 2, her EX and her brave plus. It's kind of like, what more could you possibly want? But then you can make the argument, okay, her damage is not that good, but then she's a support character, she's not really there to do damage. And you can say, well, who needs HP regen and who needs debuff immunity when you can use double Kistis and the enemies won't even get a turn? And because we're still in that era right now where burst damage is king, and basically the faster you kill stuff, the highest score you get, because the enemies are nowhere near threatening enough to require half of what Lenna can do. But moving into the future, that will absolutely not be the case. I know that Lenna's HP regen pairs very nicely with Rinoa, but it's not just the meme combination of Lenna and Rinoa that's really good. So when Warrior of Light gets reworked, and he becomes an absolute monster, Lenna's initial bravery buffs will make his shield stronger, and the brave regen will let him save on ability uses, and the battery as well, because I think if memory serves, his HP plus is like a self battery, and that's based on iBrave as well. And when enemies start throwing out debuffs left and right, and when it's impossible to avoid HP attacks, you won't care because you'll heal like a fifth of your health every turn. She's absolutely made for that kind of those longer slogs. She's very much kind of like a defensive all-around utility character, and the fact that she was used as far as chaos difficulty, even when she gets a level 70 but no EX plus. And she's even used as far as Chaos in JP. So I can absolutely tell. She reminds me a bit of Beatrix at the moment in terms of how her kit pans out. Because I know that when Beatrix was released in Global, we didn't need half of what she did at that time either. She had a Brave++, a HP++. She had Saint Cloth, which was like 50% Brave Battery plus HP regen plus a massive defense buff. And then we had Thunder Slash, obviously, and Clim Hazard. Well, we didn't need the Brave and HP attacks because nothing lived long enough to require them. We didn't need Saint Cloth because we pushed off all the generic buffs. But then we got new characters coming out, like Eiko, which didn't conflict with Saint Cloth, and then we got Lilliset, whose attack debuff synergized very nicely with the defense buff, so basically reducing enemy brave damage to like nothing. And I absolutely think that's going to be the case with Lenna as well. I think she's more of a future investment sort of character, not future investment in the way that a lot of global players say it when they pull people's EXs early and they're like, I'm set for the future because he becomes really good in 6 months' time. No, I mean she's actually, her value will only increase as time goes on. That's what I think, looking at what she can do. So, I've brought Bahamut here because I want to chew through all of Kuja's abilities while we're in Bahamut, if we get the chance. And also it lets Lenna use Rapid Fire to do a lot more damage. And I brought Kistis Friend along because it's just basically safer than bringing a Golbez. And Golbez and Kuja because damage. Plain and simple. It's quite fun. Now that the launch meta is over, just to absolutely blitz through everything. So that being said, let us begin. I just realised I forgot to show you my artifacts, so I'll do that afterwards. Okay, so let's go, see what we can do. So I'm going to take the bomb out first. Because it has the lowest health, and Kuja would not kill the other two either way. But he will kill the bomb here, which sets up Golbez nicely, so that he can do an overkill. All according to Keikak. Okay, so here we have Golbez right after Lenna. She pretty much has to kill the Nightmare because Dark Absorb is a thing. And everything Golbez does is darkness element, so he cannot do anything to that thing. I know I've used Glare Hand before now, and I've been like, what the hell? It absorbs it. So yeah, we want to get rid of this thing. There we go. There we go. So, yeah, that works out perfectly. I use Rising Wave here. A little bit of overflow. That works out nicely. So that I can use my Ultima Plus, and then I'll be in a position so that I can use Ring of Holy, so I don't get broken. Same thing with Lenna. She can use the regular version of Rapid Fire before the Mastery is just a Brave attack, so that actually works out in this case, because she'll be able to take a hit from the dragons, or from A at least. So we'll pepper this thing over here. Or you can get a break in. And with any luck, we should be able to Glare Hand to finish them off. There we go, perfect. And it's unfortunate, but I'm going to use Brave Phoenix here to save on a turn. Really, we could have done to use that in the last wave, because the battery would be great for Golbez, because it batteries him before he uses his Twin Meteor. Because he's not going to hit the 200% overflow on the first Meteor, so if he can 3-beam battery before he uses it, it's quite efficient. So for that reason, I'm going to use Windrake Arrow here because I don't know if he's ready to use it or not. I do know, however, that Kuja is ready to use Symphonic Force. No, Golbez wasn't quite ready. So I'm just going to use this again for that reason. Excellent. So I'm actually going to go into Summon here, because we can do even more damage on the second Meteor, like it will go over our Max Brave Overflow limit. So there. And there, as we see, that 26 would have been higher. And we can just spam Ultimas with Kuja. Like it ain't no thing. I'm going to use Rapid Fire on A because we have Bahamut and it does actually a decent amount of damage. Glare Hand with Golbez because his Max Brave can contain it. And Ultima Plus with Kuja will steal a turn, but that's totally fine because we can use Symphonic Force here. Break them both. And there we go. Focusing, as you see, I'm focusing most of my attacks on A at the moment because I kind of want that thing dead sooner. So here's where I'll swap out for Kistis, and we'll delay that thing. So we will take a break here. That's both unavoidable and unfortunate. And Kistis does get slapped with the debuff. But it's okay. I have faith in her abilities to recover. So I'm going to use Glare Hand here because A is basically dead already. And we get a launch. So I'm not going to use the HP attack there. Instead, I'm going to use Homing Whip because with the attack debuff we might need the extra attack. But Degenerator Whip is like all battery anyway, so we probably won't need it per se. Gotta love that. Gotta love this too. And also, by the way, take a look at Kistis' HP. In fact, take a look at everyone's HP. We all ate that Dragon Breath, but we're all basically healed to full. That's Lenna for you. That's what she does. And that will be all she wrote. Not a problem. Damn, that feels good to see those dragons die, I'm not gonna lie. They give me so much of a headache in the level 50 era. Okay, so absolutely smooth sailing. So that's gonna be my first video for the Lenna event. I'm considering doing another one, putting more of the spotlight on Lenna herself because she is boosted. But that's my kind of AoE DPS run through, and I hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you guys all in the next video. See ya!